Right.
Hello, welcome
Okay.
back to another podcast episode. Paul Michael Hughes, part 2. Let's go.
Mm.
So yeah, part 2. Obviously, the first episode was way too long for your listening ears or viewing eyes. So yeah, we split it up into 2 parts, which Luke kindly told us about in part 1. But yeah, we're just continuing on talking to Paul about his. Was part 1 more of his commercial side, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, part 2 is more about his hobbyist side of photography, I guess.
Yeah.
It's still really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So kind of obviously with his commercial work, everything's got to be like pin sharp and perfectly lit and everything that you'd expect. So he goes completely the opposite way when he's working, doing stuff for his personal use, so it's like it's all on film, it's all on point and shoot cameras, so he hasn't got to worry about lighting or even focusing half the time. He uses that little Lomo camera where all you can do is like 4 different focus points, the Lomo LCA, so you've got like zone focusing, or he just uses like an SBO, so autofocus, auto everything, and the contacts is the same deal pretty much. I think you can do manual focus or whatever, but
He's still very much clearly got his expertise mind on it, so to speak, when it comes to
all he's thinking about is the composition.
Yeah. So and then I guess he also talks about how he puts a collection together and how he shares that collection on Instagram, and how he completely goes against the grain, so to speak, in terms of presenting that on Instagram, because he doesn't do it for the likes or the shares. He shares multiple photos all at once into a collection. So when you look at his profile, the idea is that you can see this collection together, which I think is really, really cool. He clearly put some time into it.
It's worth mentioning as well, this, although I said it in the last one, it's actually this episode that we have like the more technical issues. So there's one bit where it's just you and Paul speaking, because my internet kept dropping out, and then when I rejoin, I have to rejoin on my phone, so it kind of looks different about halfway through, but
quality goes.
And then it's all right, it's fine.
We know Paul, so it was okay. It was didn't affect the chat we were having, did it?
Yeah. So
yeah, that's that. So yeah, enjoy part 2. But then we also are going to do another giveaway. So yeah, we're pretty close to getting 2,000 followers on Instagram, which is awesome. Thank you so much for everyone who does follow us and is engaging on our kind of posts that we put out and the work that we share of all you guys. That's what it's all about. Obviously, we still haven't launched the site yet, but Luke will tell you a little bit about that in a second. But yeah, we thought we should celebrate. We're close to 2,000 followers, and we are going to do a print giveaway, because that's what we're going towards. Yeah, we're building a website to help you sell your prints, so you can win a exclusive print of one of my pictures and one of Luke's pictures. By the time this comes out, we probably will have already put something out on Instagram and shared the pictures that we're actually going to print that you can win. So head over there and check them out. And are we going to say how and when and what the rules are now?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're going to, once we hit 2,000 followers on Instagram, we'll pick a winner, basically.
Well, the winner is going to be chosen from the list of people that have subscribed, or not subscribed, the list of people that have registered to our mailing list. Again, thank you to everyone who's done that so far. I think we're close to 600 now. So yeah, if you're registered to the mailing list, you're already entered into the giveaway. If you're not yet registered to the mailing list, hit the link in our bio. There'll be a link down here. There's a link on our Instagram. It's just an email. It helps us gauge a little bit more of how many people might be on the website when we do actually come to launching. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone who has done that so far. again, we're blown away with the support and the messages that we receive every day. So yeah, that's how you're going to enter. All you have to do is subscribe to our mailing list, register to our mailing list,
and be following us, right?
Oh yeah, follow us on Instagram and extra brownie
mail.
points if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. But if you're watching this, I'm guessing you already are. And if you're not, subscribe, like, share. But yeah, do you want to give everyone a little bit of an update on what is happening with Front?
No, not really.
Okay, bye. Enjoy part 2.
It's still being built. We're still building it, and it's still taking time to do, because we have to fit everything in around our day jobs. So it's coming along. There's loads of bits have been done. Like all the framework for everything is pretty much built. It's populating a load of the content, connecting up all the like payment solutions and everything like that has been pretty difficult. So, difficult as it should be. It's just not an easy process, and because we want it to be as what's the word? We want it to be as good as it can be, but also in the future, we want to be able to add something if we've got an idea, we want to be able to go, yes, let's add it to the website. Let's do that. Let's add a different print option. Let's add a different, subscription type or whatever it might be. And we need to do that. We need to build it from scratch and not use like an off-the-shelf kind of product. If we were doing it all off the shelf, we probably could have had it built by now, but we're kind of future-proofing it, like further down the road. It just means it won't be shit in a year's time. It will have been proved, like 10 times. We'll have added things and we'll be able to easily add them. So we're making it easier for everyone in the long run. But it just means now it's taking a bit longer than we first anticipated. But
we've got other ideas that we already want to put onto the website as well, like future features. But there's no point us doing that at the moment because we haven't told you guys about that yet. And it's also something we'd probably want your input on to see if you like the idea of that. But for now, we've advertised that we're doing is all going to be based around Front, and selling your photography pictures in print form, and us dealing with the printing, packaging and posting for you. And we want to make that as good as it can be. So when you go on the website, you can see really what we've been working on and how it's going to benefit you as a photographer or an artist going forward, and not just a website you'll go on for 5 minutes and go, that's okay, but I'll forget about that by next week. We want it to be something that you can really go on to and engage with all the time.
Our initial, what we anticipated for it to be ready was just stupid, to be honest. It was not.
Well, we just had an idea, didn't we? We had an idea and we're like, yeah, let's just knock a website together. That'll be awesome. It's something we would use, so therefore it's something that other photographers would use. But yeah, we bit off more than we could chew at that point. But I don't know.
Well, no, we can still chew it.
It's just we can still chew it. It's just a lot more to chew. But yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, stay tuned for updates. We are going to we've tried to be as transparent as we can in regards to letting you guys know what's going on. It's just hard when you're at the stage where you're testing and building a website. It's only so much you really want to hear about. You just want to know when it's coming out. But yeah, stay tuned. Look out for updates. Keep watching the videos and the podcasts. We'll drop information, bits of information here and there, and follow us on Instagram. We're always going to try and put information out on there as well. It'll be here. I don't know. One day soon.
If it's not ready by Christmas, everyone gets a free Leica M6.
He said that, not me. Yeah, it'll be here by then. But also, if you haven't subscribed to our mailing list yet, don't think we send out loads of
email, anything.
Yeah, we don't send out anything. Yeah, we've sent two mass emails out in 7 months now, or whatever it is. But yeah, we don't pest you with junk mail every day or every week or every month. It's literally just to help us have an understanding of how many people are going to be on the website when we launch, or at the start, just so we can make sure that our servers are all backed up and we've got everything ready so it'll work smoothly, so it'll look good, work good, and grow from there, I guess. So yeah, that's cool. It. Any questions, drop a comment, send us a message. We always try and message back. I'm sure if you have spoke to us already, you can see how efficient we are at getting back to you and how honest and open we are. We're not robots. We're a couple of guys that are trying to build something that we think will benefit the great photography community.
All right.
Enjoy part 2.
Yeah.
Drum roll, please. Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you about your drive to do your own photography, because I don't care who you are in the world or what your profession is. If you do something all day, to get paid and keep the roof over your head, the last thing I can think of a lot of people doing is wanting to continue to do that after the time stops. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, what motivates you to shoot your own work?
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier then, like from about 98 to I think it was about 2011, I just went everywhere with a film camera in my pocket, taking pictures. And I didn't really know what I was taking pictures of. I just took pictures, do you know what I mean? Like, even though I was an assistant, it was still quite fresh in me to want to take photos. So I think for about 2011, it just dwindled away. And then obviously I only just picked the film camera back up maybe 2 years ago. It was when I saw you, Luke, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Luke inspired me to pick it back up.
Yeah, that was at least, it must be a couple of years ago at least.
Yeah, so the difference now is, you see, I think to answer your question as well, like I spend all day long taking the perfect photo, like we were saying earlier as well. But when it comes to the enjoyment of having a film camera in my pocket, I don't really shoot to be too creative. Like, I like a point and shoot, and I don't think about the technicalities of the art photography. I just do that. Do you get what I mean? So what I'm sort of saying is, I can still enjoy this because it's supposed to be quite chaotic, and it's supposed to be letting go what I do with the 9 to 5 photography of perfection.
Yeah.
This is if perfection's in there, it's in a different form,
It's so different to your kind of paid work that it doesn't feel like you're finishing work and then carrying on taking photos.
Exactly. Like, I'm not going out there on the streets thinking about f-stops, thinking about shutter speeds, thinking about how I can approach that light pool or that. I just don't think about it. It's almost a don't think shoot scenario, which I think is the Lomo. Is that the Lomo strap?
Is it?
Shoot, yeah.
Oh, wicked. Yeah, well, that's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good mentality, because if anything, it kind of frees you up, and it gets you that outlet of creativity that you've got inside you. Because you still love photography, regardless if it's your job or not. You're still a photographer at heart. So the desire to want to go out and take those kind of photos is great. I'm sure, again, Luke, you'll put up some photos, because I want to say your personal work is directed to a little bit more documentary street style photography, I guess.
I suppose so. Street's definitely in there, yeah. I don't really know what it is. It's just
great, that's what it is.
It's just someone walking around with a camera in his pocket.
Yeah, but it's not like typical street stuff, is it? And it's not, but it sometimes is out on the street. But I feel like what you're more looking for is like a humorous moment or a serendipitous kind of moment, or
something out of the ordinary pops up in front of you, basically.
So yeah, like, to give an example, right, because it's funny. Okay, so just to go back slightly, when you put up the last big lot of photos with the book called Buy Local,
Oh yeah, which was a big lot of photos.
Yeah, but that was like I've seen you put up a couple more since, or like one. I saw one go today, but that one, I really sat and looked at the pictures, and it's because you put up a dump of photos under a theme, and then you don't post again for ages, and that's a really interesting way of using Instagram, and completely the antithesis of like supposed to do with it. It made me really like look through and think about all the pictures. And I messaged Jamie and said, have you seen the stuff Paul's put up? Like it's really great, and it's actually made me rethink like everything that I do when I'm taking photos on film, because that seems so thoughtful. Like I'm way too trigger happy, but it seemed like so much thought had been put into all of those images. But it may be that it gives that impression because it's a collection of images, and at the time it was more of a, oh look, like that's a picture, and you kind of compile them all afterwards. But I know that like one of the pictures, the taxi firm, so it was like a kebab shop in a little square thing.
Finest kebab, whatever it says on it.
But then underneath it, they're running a taxi firm from inside it. So I thought like that's really funny. It says it's a kebab shop, but they're running a taxi thing. That's why I assume you took the photo. At the time, I didn't clock that at all. And when you were taking that photo, you spent quite way longer than I ever would, like composing an image. And I know it was dark, and you were.
Yeah, I know. I was only on 400 speed that night.
Really, so maybe that was why. But you really spent a lot of time, and you appeared to be putting a lot of thought into it. And I'd completely forgotten about that. But it was when I saw it, I was like, oh, I totally see why you spent so long composing that photograph, because it works so well. I just thought, you know what, like having got that role, like I said earlier, I got a roll of portrait back, and I was like, okay, there's some all right shots in there, but nothing I particularly love. I was like, I think I need to spend more time thinking about what I'm taking. And just because I've got a roll of film in my camera doesn't mean I've got to finish it. I can just
definitely,
I can go out and take one photo rather than just like burning through rolls of film and stuff.
I've gone right down to process or using up a roll now, maybe every 3 months. So I'll have about 3 or 4 cameras with a roll of film in them.
Yeah.
And then it takes about 3 months now to get through a roll. Because it's almost like picking a pair of shoes to wear for the day. I pick my camera.
Yeah.
And I go out with it, and then, like I said, I won't take anything unless something's there to take,
That's what I was going to say, because I'm like, if I've got out my camera, I'm taking some photos, I'm going to take a photo of something, even if it's not the most interesting thing. And if I happen to have picked up a film camera rather than a digital, well, then I'm just using up film, really. Whereas maybe it's like that's kind of the wrong approach. So it's interesting that you say it's kind of more of a don't think, just shoot approach that you've taken, because it definitely doesn't come across like that, I don't think.
You might not take a photo unless you are inspired to do so, or something comes up that you want to, but you have the camera there in case, where we'll like, I'll text him and be like, should we go out and take some photos tonight? No real plan, do you know what I mean? But we've got the itch to take some photos.
Yeah.
And then, like Luke said, you take photos because you're like, well, I'm here, I've come here to take photos, when really maybe we should just wait to be inspired.
I was saying that like from all those old archives, I started to see the patterns, wasn't it? And then in the photography, and then I started to put these collections together.
Yeah.
And then started to, once met Luke and got back into it, started to finish these collections off.
Yeah.
So some of the pictures in the collections span maybe nearly 20 years, some of them.
When you put those collections out, I feel like I look through them like it was in a book or a zine, like I was saying, and I look at them in so much more detail. I'm just going to keep recording. Even Luke's just fucked off his computer shit, by the way. So that's what's happened. So now
you just join back in if he wants.
Yeah, he can join back in. But yeah, when I'm looking through, I feel like you use Instagram in such a unique way, and then you just, it's almost like you release a book or a zine or something every time you do a post.
Yeah.
You release it all at once, and I like that because I value the work more. If you know what I mean, because it's not like you're just posting it up willy nilly.
Yeah.
I look at the whole collection, look at how I try and put myself in your shoes and go, well, let's put that with that one, and then I look at the photos so much more. Like I said, they feel more important.
I definitely try. I do work. It takes me so long to put the next one up normally because I've spent like, I've got this big whiteboard. Here it is. And I put all my on prints on there, like my 4x6 prints. And I just arrange my collections out in real time. I can move them with my hands. I can pull them from, one collection and bring them back into that one. And it just sits there, you know what I mean, for a month. And I just every so often have a look at it and shuffle them. It's a really nice process. It's really tactile.
Quite therapeutic in a way, but at the same time, it's quite educational because
I can't do it on a computer. I can't visualize them as little thumbnails, on a screen. I can't do it. So it is a slow process, but it is an enjoyable one. And what happened with me was when I think this is what I was going to say, when I saw you, Luke, and you inspired me to get back into it, when I just started doing what everyone does, I just started uploading, I think I was doing 3 pictures at a time, three, and they had no relevance.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I wasn't enjoying, I think I got up, a few hundred, and I just felt as though I wasn't enjoying it, It just didn't feel like it had any purpose for me. Like my assistant, a chap, his assistant and a friend, Joshua Strange, like we spoke about it a lot, because we were on the road a lot, talking. And we both just said, wouldn't it be awesome to use Instagram just to put little collections up, and like leave them up for a week and then delete them and then just put another one up, or put an advert up saying there's a collection coming for, on such a date for a week, and then take it down again.
Yeah.
And anyway, and then it just kept playing on my mind, and then I just deleted the whole lot.
Yeah.
Wiped it clean, like all these pictures, I had some really nice comments and likes, and I just binned it all. I was like, it didn't mean anything to me.
Yeah. I really like that. And Josh has done the same, hasn't he? Like, shout out to Josh. Josh is a fantastic photographer as well.
Sorry, I should have said he is awesome.
Like, I'm sure, there you go, put his name there. There you go, Luke, on for you.
Maybe it'll entice him to come on the podcast.
I asked him a couple of times, I think, and he's just like, no, I'm boring, but he is fucking great. But no, going back to what you said, I really like it, and I just think it brings those pictures to life, if you know what I mean, because you're looking at it in a different perspective. You look at them as a collection rather than, like you said, just posting one for the sake of posting one. But yeah, do you think you'll ever maybe put like a book together or anything like that?
I don't know. I don't really know. I'd like to get the work on the wall one day, but I don't even think I'll put collections on the wall.
Yeah.
I think in a weird way, I've thought about this a lot. In a weird way, I'd probably treat the gallery like Instagram in the early days of just uploading. I think I'll take the best from the collections and make another collection that would be an exhibition. Do you get what I mean?
But only you knew of a platform where you could sell your prints online.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Well done.
Again, Josh and I have chatted in length about this, like getting it off Instagram and just back into the real world.
Yeah.
And getting people out there as people talking and looking and absorbing. I don't know if it's just Josh.
It's changing and stuff. It's more about, which I get it. Fair enough. They've got to compete with their competitors. They've admitted that. Times are changing. There's TikTok now, so Instagram has to compete with that. They have to compete with YouTube and stuff like that. And I completely get what you mean. I would pay a subscription to Instagram if I could look through my feed in time order. Do you know what I mean? If I could
chronologically, yeah.
Chronologically, if I would pay $3.99 a month to have that as a feature. Do you know what I mean? But they're not about that. It's about the social media side, which is fair enough, I guess. But that's why I really like how you use it, because you've got your profession, you've got your job, but I like that you present that in a way that, because you've got your professional page and you've got,
I know, and I really neglect my professional page because I'm so into my art page. And
the art page is really, I love looking at both pages, but the art page, I can see that it's just like, I don't care what Instagram's suggesting I do or telling me to do. This is how I want to present my work, and these are the tools that I've got to do that, which again, I think that's a really cool way of looking at it.
I do find it frustrating though, because sometimes I put up a collection and I'm like, I regret putting a photo up. Like like if I'd have just waited another day, another 24 hours, I would have changed my mind again. But I'm like, make your mind up though. You've got to make your mind up. But I can't replace a picture. It's so locked in. It's really frustrating. I don't know why you can't do that with Instagram.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? I was saying to Jamie, I've got loads of photos of cars parked in front of no parking signs. Everywhere I go, like I see one. Like I swear, every single time I go out. When I went out last week, I saw I got about 3 or 4 more shots, and I'm like, what am I going to do with them? I won't post them on Instagram because I know I'm going to see more. So I'm like, I can't then add more to the...
They'll just be done out.
Yeah, but then I'm like, so I keep thinking, I should just make a website with them on. Yeah. And then I keep adding to them. But then I'm like, what's the point of doing that? Mm-hmm. So I think that maybe I should just like get a photo dump of like cars parked in front of the no parking signs. And then when I've got more... And it's weird because you, Jamie, you took a photo of me stood in front of a no parking sign.
Yeah, and then you told me this whole story, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah. So, but like that was a complete like coincidence. So maybe I just need to do them and then
do something similar,
and then find some more. Dump them.
It's a weird one though, because like obviously we have to use Instagram in a way that helps promote what we're working on, and we want to, we're all about building the community around what we're trying to build as well, which is great. Then your own personal work, it should be personal to you and how you want to do it.
Yeah.
Weird one to think about, isn't it?
I've got to ask a question that we're going to ask everybody. So it's one question. It's desert island. I don't know what to call it. Desert island analog. You've got one camera, one film, and one lens. What would you pick?
Well, it wouldn't involve a lens, so.
Oh.
That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
Point and shoot.
I would pick.
Oh, you've got it there. Wow.
That one. Yeah.
What is it?
My Lomo LCA.
Cool. Just for the people listening rather than watching.
Yeah. It does have a lens. It's not like a pinhole camera.
Well, like when you said like, oh, do you mean focal length? Well,
no, or whatever. Yeah. What is that focal length?
This is 32 millimeters. So if Jamie, I'll join you with your. Is it the X100? Was it 35?
Yeah.
35 mil. If I had to pick a focal length, 35, 40. The classic.
Great, isn't it? Yeah.
Lomo LCA. And then film would be any 400 speed. But my favourite of all is Fuji Superior. Controversial.
Well, we were talking about this today, weren't we?
What's that?
Weren't we on about buying a pack of Fujifilm Superior? Was that what we were talking about?
I don't know. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Superior in the Lomo with its lens, it's quite contrasty lens with a lot of vignette. It's really nice.
If
that
nice.
that's the desert island.
That's the desert island one.
Yeah, that film through that camera. Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
Good, cool.
Send us some examples so we can flash them up.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one really good example in the latest collection of Buy Local. It's the car shop picture.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, the car shop, but there's a gentleman walking on the bottom, and then it's like a snowy roof, and it's a car shop, and that's the blend of the LCA with that film stock. So if anyone wants a good example, that's the shot there. Yeah. Look at that on a proper screen, and for me, that the photo just says art photography to me, like the look of it. So I'm shooting like I said, a roll it feels like every 3 months at the moment. I couldn't do it what you guys do. There's no way. I just I don't look for stuff. Stuff almost comes to me now, that's work. It just
that's a nice way of doing it though.
Yeah, we haven't got that fortune yet, but we'll get there.